I lay in the ICU room for 3 full days and nights. Just crawled back from the gates of hell, and the girlfriend, Grace Hahn, whom I risked my life to protect, at this moment, was strolling arm in arm with her white moonlight watching fireworks by the seaside. The moment of rebirth. I didn't hesitate at all, yanking out the IV tube from the back of my hand. In my previous life, I was his mobile bone marrow bank, a blood bag substitute for his first love, until I lay on the cold operating table drained dry, my last bit of value. And he even mocked me as unlucky, a bad omen. In this life, whoever wants this simp fate can have it. I'm done playing. Grace Hahn, if you want to chase your true love, then reclaiming my own life shouldn't be too much to ask, right? The instant I realized I was the male side character in a tragic novel, the pungent smell of disinfectant assaulted my nose. Santa Maria Hospital, intensive care unit. My whole body felt like it had been crushed by a truck. Every bone screamed in agony. The nurse was preparing to change the medication. I suddenly opened my eyes, gasping for breath. Cold sweat instantly soaked my hospital gown. Memories from my past life flooded in like a tidal wave. The ending was clear and utterly hopeless. I was the spare organ depot for the elite heir, Luke Sion to star. The punching bag for the domineering female CEO, Grace Hahn daughter. The accident 3 days ago. On instinct, I swerved hard, using half my body to absorb the full impact, risking death to shield Grace Hahn in the passenger seat. The cost was a ruptured spleen, multiple fractures, coma for 3 days. While Grace Hahn emerged without a scratch, in the future, I'd seen. There was no gratitude, only exploitation. On the day of the accident, Luke Xian conveniently had a heart episode. Grace Hahn, to care for him, abandoned me at the hospital like a trash bag, without a second glance. Later, Luke Xian needed a marrow transplant. Grace Hahn forced someone fresh from an accident, with a wrecked body like mine to get compatibility tested. After all, you're crippled anyway. Might as well do something meaningful. That was the last thing she said to me in that future. In the end, I died on that forced operating table. Grace Hahn held my urn of ashes, shedding 2 crocodile tears at Luke Xian's wedding, then casually enjoyed a lifetime of happiness. I let out a cold laugh from deep in my throat. It tugged at the wound on my chest. Pain so intense, it made me break out in a cold sweat. To hell with so-called true love. To hell with sacrifice. I'm not serving anymore. Mr. Liam, are you awake? Great. The nurse joyfully pressed the bedside buzzer. Miss Grace had instructed us earlier to notify her immediately if you woke up. Seeing the nurse's excited face, my heart was nothing but a still late. No need. My voice was hoarse, like I'd swallowed sand. She won't come. The nurse froze, her eyes slightly evasive. How could that be? Miss Grace hired the best caregiver for you, and paid for the most expensive VIP fees too. The best caregiver. The priciest hospital fees. That was Grace Hahn's way, using money to buy peace of mind, to outright purchase obligations. Money handed over. She could go enjoy romance with Luke Xian, without a shred of psychological burden. The phone screen on the nightstand suddenly lit up. The contact name displayed 3 words, Green Tea Xian. I tapped to open the newly sent photo. A selfie by the beach. The background filled with brilliant fireworks across the sky. Luke Xian smiling innocently and harmlessly. Behind him, Grace Hahn's elegant aloof profile. She was bowing her head, intently peeling shrimp. The one who always claimed to have a cleanliness obsession, whose 10 fingers never touched spring water like Grace Hahn died, was now peeling shrimp for Luke Xian. Right after, a message popped up. Brother Liam Chuan, I heard you're awake. So sorry about this. Han said to celebrate my discharge. She insisted on taking me to watch the fireworks. Her phone's dead, so she asked me to send her regards. You're so generous. You probably won't mind, right? Every word reeked of manipulative charm. Before, seeing this photo would stab my heart like a knife. Then I'd brainwash myself that she was just caring for a patient. Now, it just made me nauseous. My heart surged like crashing waves. The physiological disgust overpowered even the physical pain. I replied with a single word, scram, then blocked and deleted the number. I decisively pulled the needle from the back of my hand. Blood flowed back, instantly staining the white sheets red. The nurse's face drained of color. Mr. Liam, your current condition absolutely forbids discharge. You're playing with your life. My life is my own to know. I gritted my teeth against the dizziness, changed into clothes stained with blood and dirt. Every second breathing in this place felt like it was mocking my former pathetic self. Signed a liability waiver. Under the doctors' and nurses' stares as if I were insane, I staggered out of the hospital, the capital in late autumn, wind slicing like knives across my face. I hailed a taxi to Grace Han's mountainside villa. This place, I once thought was home, to cater to her tastes. I decorated it in minimalist black, white, and gray, though deep down I preferred warmer tones. Entered the password. Beep, wrong password. I froze. Tried again. Beep, still wrong. I was so angry I burst out laughing. Hospitalized for just 3 days. She not only fawned over Luke Xian, but also changed the house password. Whose house is this? Afraid the lifesaver like me suddenly returning would disrupt their little world? Just as I turned to leave, the ornate gate slowly opened. The red Ferrari roared with arrogant engine noise. Stopped right at the entrance. The window rolled down, revealing Grace Han's exquisite but cold face. In the passenger seat, Luke Xian looked at me in surprise. Liam Quan? Grace Han frowned, her eyes brimming with undisguised impatience. Why aren't you at the hospital? What are you doing running back here? Addicted to your pity plays now? Pity play? I nearly laughed out loud. Half my life, nearly gone. Yet, in her eyes, this was just my cheap ploy for affection. Luke Xian spoke falsely. Han, don't talk to Brother Liam like that. He's probably just missing you too much. Look at how pale his face is. He looks like he's about to collapse any second. With that, he deliberately lifted his hand, revealing a Buddhist bead bracelet on his wrist. That was the bracelet I'd knelt for 3,000 steps at Putuo Mountain to obtain for her. Originally my birthday gift prepared for Grace Han, now worn on Luke Xian's hand. Grace Han seemed to notice my gaze. She slightly shielded Luke Xian's hand, coldly said, Xian's health is fragile. Lately he's been having nightmares. I gave him this bracelet to wear for a few days, to ward off evil. Be a man, don't be so petty. I calmly looked at her, my gaze distant, like staring at a stranger. Right, items from the dead can indeed ward off evil. Grace Han's expression changed. What do you mean? Just the literal meaning. My voice was indifferent. That bracelet was consecrated with my blood, originally for protection and peace. But if given to an outsider, it becomes a curse for life. Ask him, does he dare keep wearing it? Luke Xian's face went bloodless. He retracted his hand as if burned. Grace Han flew into a rage, opened the door, and got out. Liam, Xuan, have you gone mad enough yet? Xian's health is already poor. You insist on cursing him to feel satisfied? She stepped right up to me, arrogantly pressuring. Before, just a frown from her would make me panic and apologize immediately. But today I just quietly watched her. Watched the woman I'd loved for 5 years. Watched the purple aura that was mine atop her head. fading away due to her own betrayal and heartlessness. Grace Han, I interrupted her, scolding. Let's break up. The air froze for 3 seconds. Grace Han was stunned. Then she sneered. Liam Schwan, you're getting bold now. Learning to use breakup as a threat, she crossed her arms, eyes full of contempt. I'll count to 3. Get back to the hospital. Don't force me to cut your medical fees. She was convinced I wouldn't dare leave. I was an orphan, a penniless artist. Everything I had depended on her. In the script she'd written, I should be kneeling and begging now, crying pathetically, but I turned and walked away, without a moment's hesitation, decisive as a gust of wind. Grace Han's countdown choked in her throat. From behind came Luke Zion's slightly panicked voice, full of manipulative flavor. Oh dear, Brother Liam really left. Han, he's still injured. What if something happens? Who cares about him? Grace Han's furious growl pierced the night. He doesn't have a penny on him. Without me, he won't even have food to eat. In no more than 3 days, he'll crawl back begging like a dog. I didn't stop. Instead, walking faster. Crawl back? Grace Han, you underestimate someone who's died and come back. Hailed a taxi. I headed straight to the law firm. Since I decided to cut ties, I had to cut them clean. For 5 years I wasn't just her boyfriend, but also the ghost artist behind her company. The famous IP Abyss under her name. Every sketch stroke, every layer of color was squeezed from my heart's blood. She announced to the world it was her genius work, while I was just the shadow lurking behind. Now this shadow wants to step into the light. I must reclaim my dignity, reclaim the money that's mine, reclaim my life. 3 days later, at a budget hotel, while I was organizing drafts and chat histories, my phone exploded. All missed calls and WeChat bombardments from Grace Han. Liam Huan, where the hell did you die? Today is the press conference for Abysses Part 2. Where's the draft? Even sulking has limits. Hundreds of people in the company are waiting for their paychecks. You're delaying business over personal issues. Do you have any responsibility? Looking at these messages, I found it utterly ridiculous. Turns out I wasn't just some dispensable accessory. Turns out without me, her genius image couldn't hold. I replied with one sentence. I was hospitalized for 3 days. Did you ask about my injuries even once? Now, you need the draft. And suddenly remember me. The other side replied instantly. Don't push your luck. The hospital said you left on your own. If you're up and running around, drawing a draft won't kill you, right? Send it over quick. Sion's at the press site too. He's waiting to promote it. Again, Luke Zion. To propel her darling to stardom. She planned to wring me dry of blood and bone. I didn't bother replying. Snapped a photo of the prepared lawyer's letter and sent it. CEO Grace, no draft, just a lawyer. Plus a lawsuit for copyright of the Abysses EP, along with the fees you owe me for 5 years. And mental damages, too. See you in court. Sent. I turned off the phone. I bet at the press backstage, Grace Han's face was a sight to behold. But this was just the beginning. Opened my laptop. Logged into my long dusty Weibo account. ID. Endless flow. 5 years ago, this was the god recognized by the entire art world. I uploaded a time-lapse drawing video. In the video, enduring bone-deep pain, with hands wrapped in bandages. Stroke by stroke. Recreating the most iconic poster of Abyss. Cap. Turns out some abysses. Once you jump in, you really can't climb out. Farewell, Grace Han. A video posted. Guaranteed to hit hot search. Grace Han's press conference was doomed. Her genius beauty persona would collapse completely. Still not enough. Looking at the gloomy sky outside the window, I touched the still throbbing scar. Grace Han. What you care about most is reputation. And Luke Xian. Since you won't let me live, I'll flip the table. To let everyone see the filth beneath the glamorous facade of this perfect couple. Bang, bang, bang! The door pounding echoed thunderously. Liam Kwan, open up! Grace Han had arrived. From the sound, she brought quite a few people. Break it down for me, she commanded, her voice shrill and vicious. I sat in the chair, unmoving. Perfect timing. She came knocking herself. If I didn't slap her a few times, it'd be a disservice to my 3 days of pain. The cheap room door, overloaded, crashed down with a boom. Grace Han stepped over the wood debris into the room. She wore a high-end gown, makeup exquisite, but her face was full of killing intent, eyes spitting fire. Behind her, 4 bodyguards, and Luke Xian cowering timidly. Liam Tuan, delete that Weibo post now. Grace Han hurled her phone at my feet. Post a correction saying the account was hacked. Say Abysses was you imitating my style. Do it immediately. Her chest heaved violently, clearly having seen the online trends. I leaned back in the chair, eyes cold. CEO Grace, illegal home invasion. Is this part of your domineering image? I glanced at the cracked screen phone on the floor. And forcing false testimony. You think the law is made by your family? Liam Kwan! Grace Han shrieked, losing all composure. Do you know what day it is? Do you know how much the company's stock has evaporated from that video? You want to destroy me, don't you? Destroy you? I slowly stood up, stepping closer to her. The wound tore open. The smell of fresh blood filled the cramped room. Grace Han, you tried to destroy me first. I pointed to the gruesome scar on my chest. 3 days ago, to save you, I lay on the road like a dog, vomiting blood. What were you doing? You were throwing a birthday party for Luke Xian. For 5 years, for your company I pulled all-nighters until my eyes and hands were ruined. What were you doing? You took my life's work to pamper that worthless thing. I suddenly pointed at Luke Xian hiding behind the guards. Luke Xian shuddered, instinctively grabbing Grace Han's skirt hem. You, don't spout nonsense. Luke Xian tried to defend. Han was just doing what's best for the company. You're a man, why be so petty and calculating? Slap. A fiery slap landed square on Luke Xian's face. The sound, crisp and resounding. The whole room fell silent. Grace Han was stunned. The guards froze too. I shook my numb hand, looking at Luke Xian's dazed face from the hit. Sorry. Slipped. But that face of yours is perfect for slapping. Liam Kwan, you dare hit him. Grace Han went berserk, screaming and lunging to shove me. I sidestepped to dodge. Her high heels wobbled, losing balance, tumbling to the ground pathetically. This fall shattered all her dignity and arrogance. Grace Han, don't rush. I looked down at her from above. This is just the opening act. Didn't you want a lawyer's letter? This slap is a freebie. The main course coming up is the real deal. I pulled out my backup phone, hit play, a dialogue from half a year ago I'd accidentally recorded outside the office, echoed clearly in the room. Grace Han's voice cold and calculating. Xian Ta, just relax. Liam Xuan is just a handy tool. Once the Abyss project lists and rakes in the cash, I'll kick him out immediately. Then all the company shares will be yours. The recording echoed. Grace Han's face instantly turned pale as torn paper. The recording continued in the stuffy room. Liam Kwan is just a useful, human tool. Once the money's in, make him disappear. Every word, clear as day, slapping her face. Grace Han's face went ashen, not from regret, but panic from being exposed on the spot. She glared at my phone, pupils contracting. Give it to me, she screamed. Ditching all ladylike grace, she lunged at me like a madwoman. Before, I'd fear her falling and instinctively catch her, even hand over the phone for her to vent. But now I just watched coldly. Right as she was about to reach me, I suppressed the stabbing pain in my side, stepped right one pace. The move small, but more than enough. Grace Han's 8cm high heels stomped right on a door shard. The heel snapped with a crisp crack, followed by a heavy thud hitting the ground. I indifferently watched this once lofty CEO Grace, losing balance for the first time right in front of me. She flailed midair but grasped only nothing. Smack! She face-planted on the floor, knees slamming hard on the tiles. Her curly hair disheveled, obscuring half her face. The expensive gown swept up all the floor dirt. She tried to push up, but her ankle throbbed, making her groan. Her palm pressed on a wood splinter and slipped. Her whole body rolled again, looking utterly wretched. At that moment, deep in my mind, a mechanical voice sounded. Pulse detected fully, severing romantic ties. Mindset perfected. Karma retribution system officially activated. Deprivation of host's original fortune. The scene before me suddenly changed. I saw atop Grace Han's head a brilliant purple aura. That was top-tier fortune, the source of her smooth sailing for 5 years. Now, I'd seen through it all. That purple aura, linked to my heart by a crude golden chain. Turns out for 5 years she'd been siphoning my luck blood. Sever! I softly commanded inwardly. The golden chain shattered piece by piece before my eyes. A crack echoed from deep in my soul. Connection cut. The purple aura on her head lost support, collapsing instantly. It turned into purple mist flowing back into my body. A warm current spread through me, the side pain easing greatly. My once dizzy mind became unusually clear. While atop Grace Han, now only a gray-black mist clump remained. Assault! Murder! A piercing scream shattered the silence. Luke Xian didn't bother helping Grace Han jumping into the hallway. He yelled wildly, "Liam Chuan murdered someone! Help! Save me!" he shouted while sneaking vicious glances at me. I stood still, watching his act. Footsteps echoed from the hallway end. Police and security. What's going on? Freeze! 2 officers rushed in, hands on holsters scanning the scene. Luke Xian gleeful, pointing at me bellowing, "Officer, arrest him!" He broke in and assaulted. He just shoved Han down and was about to kill me too. His face feigned terror, tears streaming realistically. The older officer frowned at the chaotic scene, glanced at Grace Han sprawled on the floor, then at me. "What's this?" Someone reported a door break-in, illegal entry. The older officer's voice full of authority. Luke Xian blanked. Report? That was me. A head poked from the next room. A bespectacled young guy died. These people acted like gangsters, just busted the door scaring everyone. So I called the cops to deal with it. I adjusted my blood-stained shirt, hem. "Officer, I'm the renter of this room." I pointed to the shattered door pieces on the floor. These people burst in suddenly, damaged the hotel door, and tried to rob my personal items too. I'm injured just 3 days post-surgery, no strength to push anyone. This lady stepped on wood shards and fell herself. With that, I raised my phone, opened the recent photo. In it, Grace Han with guards breaking in clear as day. "You're lying!" Grace Han was helped up by guards. She staggered, hair messy, knees bruised purple. "I'm Grace Han, chairman of Han Group." "Officer, this guy stole my company's trade secrets. I came to reclaim assets. He's the one who struck first." Her voice arrogant, habitually reaching to push the older officer. The older officer stepped back, face darkening. "Miss, I require you to mind your words and actions, whoever you are. Illegal entry and property damage are plain facts. Please present ID for investigation cooperation." "ID." Grace Han fumbled her bag but empty. Her face stiffened. Bag left in the car. "In the car. I'll get it now." She gritted teeth to slip away. No need. Come to the station first. The older officer drew handcuffs, shook lightly. Both sides have claims, so make statements at the station. Take them. You dare arrest me? Grace Hahn's eyes bulged. That's when I called the cops. I straightened my blood-stained clothes. Officer Dart, I'm the renter of this room. I pointed to the shattered door on the floor. These people burst in suddenly, damaged the hotel's door, and tried to rob my personal items. I'm injured. Just recently. Surgery 3 days ago. No strength to push anyone. This lady stepped on wood shards and measured the floor herself. With that, I raised my phone, opened a recent photo. In it, Grace Hahn leading guards. Their door-breaking pose, clear as day. You're lying! Grace Hahn, under guards' support, staggered up, her hair disheveled, knees bruised purple. I'm Grace Hahn, chairman of Hahn Group. Officer Dort Day. This guy stole my trade secrets. I came to reclaim company assets. He's the one who struck first. She used an arrogant tone, habitually reaching to push the older officer. The officer stepped back, face darkening. Hey you, I require you to mind your words and actions. Whoever you are. Illegal entry, property damage are plain facts. Now present. IDLY. Cooperate with our investigation. ID? Grace Hahn fumbled for her bag but empty. Her face choked. Bag left in the car. In the car, I'll get it now. Grace Hahn gritted teeth said, no need. Come to the station with us. The officer pulled out silver handcuffs, shook lightly. If both sides have claims, then make statements at the station. Escort. You dare arrest me? Grace Hahn's eyes bulged. You know how much I earn per minute? I need to call your chief. She reached into her pocket for the phone. It was the latest model. That she clutched during the fall, pulled it out to check. Screen shattered. Pressing did nothing but black. That fall not only snapped the heel, but also ruined the phone too. Grace Hahn blanked, turned sharply to Luke Zion. Give me your phone. Luke Zion, trembling, pulled out his phone. Freeze! The younger officer barked, directly confiscated Luke Zion's phone. Related parties can't collude or contact outside. Save it for the station. But I'm the victim. I'm a patient. Luke Zion rolled his eyes, about to flop faint on the ground. This trick he'd used on me 1 billion times. But cops aren't as gullible as me. Stop acting. The older officer growled. You were yelling murder just fine earlier, now fainting? Dare obstruct justice, and I'll throw you in lockup for days. Luke Zion shuddered, quickly clung to the wall, standing straight. Didn't dare utter another word. I watched this scene, finding it hilariously absurd. Let's go. Cops escorted them out. Grace Hahn limped, could only tiptoe along, passing me. She glared hatefully. Liam Schwan, you just wait. At the station, see how you wrap this up. I looked at her emotionlessly. CEO Grace. You should worry about yourself first. In the holding cell, harsh white lights cold, Grace Hahn huddled in a corner. Her expensive evening gown looked utterly out of place. Beside her, 2 tattooed drunks causing trouble. The 2 reeked of alcohol, eyes blatantly ogling then whistling. Whoa. Prime goods, huh? Dressed so revealing. So one ride costs how much, babe? Scram! Grace Hahn trembled in humiliation. She tried inching away, but was already backed into the wall corner. She wanted cop help, but the officers busy with other cases just yelled at the drunk once. This was humiliation she'd never tasted. Luke Zion cowered on a chair across, head down, no trace of former poise. I sat in the opposite mediation room, holding a hot water cup. Young man, we verified the situation. The older officer folded his notebook, Hotel cameras show they did force the door. But considering no physical harm to you, and they're willing to compensate the hotel, you decide. Legal process or settle? Legal process wastes time and effort. What I lack most now is time. Settle. I set down the paper cup. Let them pay the hotel. Don't bother me again. I'll sign the agreement. The officer nodded. All right, you're decisive. Minutes later, Han Group's legal chief rushed in. Seeing Grace, Han dazed amid the drunks. He nearly dropped his glasses in shock. CEO Grace, are you okay? Grace Han sprang up like a coil, eyes red-rimmed. I want to sue that Liam Chuan to death. Make him rot in prison. The lawyer wiped sweat, lowered voice. CEO Grace, we have no advantage here. Illegal entry evidence is solid. Plus, your phone's broken. Can't handle online opinion timely. PR department's going nuts. Priority now is leave, quick, to manage the big picture. Grace Han paused. She looked at me through the one-way glass. I looked back indifferently. Before, her gaze was always haughty. Now, filled with rage, humiliation, and panic. While I, heart calm as water, I signed my name on the record, stood and left the mediation room. Grace Han pounded the glass screaming. But I heard nothing anymore. Just stepping out the station gate. The system notification sounded. Host counterattack successful. Shaming Fortune's child, Grace Han. Damaging her mindset. Recovered 100 Fortune points. Congrats host on newbie gift pack. Basic function all-seeing eyes. Can see through business lies. Discern good and evil in hearts. Grasp fleeting opportunities. Limited to 3 uses per day. A cool stream flowed into my eyes. I blinked a few times. The world before me became unusually clear and sharp. Every crack on roadside billboards. Every subtle expression on passers-by crystal clear dotted. Boom! Thunder roared across the sky. Rain poured like buckets. I stood under the eaves. Behind came high heels. With hurried, irritable rhythm, Grace Han and Luke Xian emerged. Lawyer umbrella escorting. Grace Han. Luke Xian trailing shakily, shivering. Where's the car? Where's my car? Grace Han stared at the empty road. The red Ferrari vanished. CEO Grace, the lawyer cautiously said. Traffic cops just notified. Your car parked illegally, right on the station's fire escape. So, it got towed. What? Grace Han nearly fainted in rage. Han, it's so cold. Luke Xian hugged his shoulders approaching. Let's hail a taxi. I don't want to stay in this hellhole another second. Before, Grace Han would have shed her coat for him already. But now, seeing Luke Xian just whining, recalling his fake faint at the station, leaving her humiliated, irritation surged in her. Shut up! Grace Han shoved Luke Xian's hand away. That's all you ever say. Why didn't you speak up inside earlier? Useless trash. Luke Xian stunned by the scolding, face full of disbelief. This was the first time Grace Han lost her temper at him. This was the first time Grace Han went ballistic at him. I stood not far, leisurely enjoying this fine play. Corners of my mouth slightly up. This is just the prelude. A taxi slowly pulled up. I decisively opened the door and got in. Driver to Moonlight Manor. The car started, leaving 3 pathetic figures behind in the downpour. I leaned back in the seat. Though ribs still throbbed dully, but deep inside, I felt an odd lightness. Phone suddenly buzzed. Unknown number texted. Mr. Liam. I'm Trevor Feng of Feng Group. Saw your Weibo. Nice drawing. But your face slap on others looks even cooler. Enemy of my enemy is a friend. Interested in a chat, Trevor Feng? Arch rival of Han Group. the infamous mad dog in business circles. In my past life, Grace Han relied on sucking my blood to take him down. In this life, my eyes flashed cold light. Since flipping the table, gotta make a grand spectacle for the world to see, I replied just 2 words: address. The storm rain pounded the glass walls. I sat in the taxi heading to the appointed cafe. Phone screen light reflected on the car window. Top 3 hot search keywords on Weibo. All bold red headlines. Liam Chuan drawing, video doll. Expose family background video. Grace Han capitalist face. Ghost behind abyss work. Truth abyss. That slow-mo drawing process. Video Abby. Views officially broke 50 million. In the comments, the genius female artist, independent woman, image Grace Han built for 5 years, completely crumbled to dust. So Abyss wasn't drawn by Grace Han. She stole intellectual property? Look at the blogger's hands, wrapped in stark white bandages yet still drawing diligently. And right after leaving ICU too. Does Grace Han have any humanity left? I am a nurse at St. Maria Hospital. I'll testify. CEO Grace indeed didn't show for 3 days. The patient nearly kicked the bucket in the ward. Upstairs don't go. Drama intensifying. I coldly shut the screen. This was just the first wave. At the same time, at the mountainside villa, drenched Grace Han burst into the living room, her high-end gown still dripping water. Backup phone. Where is it? She barefoot stepped on the carpet, ignoring the bruised knees entirely. Frantically found the old phone, inserted SIM, and booted. Actions, utterly panicked. Screen just lit. Countless missed call alerts and messages popped non-stop. Nearly crashing the phone. PR director sent over 30 wet chats. CEO Grace. Big trouble, ma'am. Can't suppress that video. Couldn't contact you. So we didn't dare post a response unilaterally. The golden 2 hours for crisis, PR passed. Now opinion is all cursing us. CEO Grace. Reply please. Grace Han's hands shook uncontrollably. She'd missed PR's iron rule. The first 2 hours of negative news breakout is prime time. But now 4 hours had elapsed. Opinion had exploded like a boiling pot. A bunch of incompetence. What do I pay you for? Grace Han gnashed teeth, called the PR director. Take down that hot search now. No matter the cost. Knock it off the list. Contact Weibo's side. Lock that endless flow account for me. Other end. The director whimpered. CEO Grace, can't remove. Server reports abnormal data glitch. Plus. IOE and I just reported. Company's working capital account frozen by the bank. They say suspicious large unusual transactions. Under money laundering investigation now. All transfers failing repeatedly. What? Grace Han jolted up. Felt the world go dark. Knee slammed hard on the marble tea table edge. Sharp pain pierced to the core. She staggered back. Elbow accidentally knocked over the steaming teacup on the table. Scalding tea splashed straight on her. Porcelain cup hit the floor, shattering. Shards flew everywhere. Grace Han, panicked, reached a block. A shard bounced back, slicing her hand back. Blood flowed, dripping onto the white carpet. How is this happening? How can this be? Grace Han clutched her hand, pain making her sweat bullets. She couldn't understand. Before she'd find money on walks. Why today so unlucky, even water stuck in teeth? Luke Xian, who'd sat silent, like dead in the sofa corner, sidled close. Han, you're bleeding. Let me blow on it to ease the pain. Get lost. Grace Han shoved him hard away. You here to laugh at me too? Luke Xian stumbled from the push. He pulled out his phone. I just want to help. Seeing netizens cursing you hard. I planned to post on Weibo explaining for you. Say that Liam Kwan spread rumors out of grudge. Posted already. Grace Han's heart clenched. Just posted. Luke Xian handed the phone like claiming credit. Grace Han snatched it. Luke Xian did post on Weibo. Caption: Han is innocent. Don't let villains blind you. But right under that post, a comment cursing Grace Han pushed to top. Grace Han is a bloodsucker, using others' work to gild her face. Shameless? And in the likers list for this comment, prominently, Luke Xian's own avatar. Grace Han's pupils shrank. You liked this comment? Her voice trembled. Luke Xian peered, face bloodless. No, not me. Slip. I meant to report. How did it become like? Oh man, this crappy phone's touch is awful. Netizens screenshotted at godly speed. Hash Luke Xian slip like hash. Hash plastic love. Exposed hash. Hash even the gigolo can't stand it hash. New hot search keywords jump. Grace Han grabbed the old phone hurling at Luke Xian. You good-for-nothing saboteur. Think I'm not miserable enough? Phone hit Luke Xian's shoulder. He wailed pitifully. Zeitzing chanced to flop on sofa, clutching chest. Ouch. My heart hurts so bad. Han. I think I'm having a heart attack. Meds. Give me meds quick. This routine he'd played for 5 years. Just a frown. Grace Han would coax him. But, this time, looking at the messy room, and bleeding hand back, then at Luke Xian's cheap acting, she felt only disgust. You? Stop it. Grace Han tossed a line. Limped upstairs. Don't bother me anymore. Luke Xian on the sofa, his cries choked in throat, eyes turning vicious. At a discreet private cafe in the city center, across from me a middle-aged man, in neat suit, fingers tapping the table. Trevor Feng, head of Feng Group, arch rival of Grace Han. Mr. Liam. Seeing is believing. Trevor Feng pushed over a coffee. I watched that video. Expertly edited, hits the emotions hard. But public opinion alone won't take down Han Group. Grace Han has capital backing. Storm passes. She changes name and rises again. I sipped the coffee. Said nothing. All-seeing eyes from the system activating. Atop Trevor Feng floated pale gold text, showing his true calculations. Business intent. Wants to use Liam Chuan's buzz to tank Han Group stock, acquire core assets, cheap. After done, use copyright dispute to sideline Liam Chuan, swallow abyss IP whole. Classic, sly fox. He sought me not for justice, but profit. Mr. Trevor is right. I set down the cup. So Mr. Trevor wants to partner with me. Let me be the sacrificial pawn up front. Stare mud in Han Group. Then you swoop in to devour, right? Trevor Feng stopped tapping. He narrowed eyes, scrutinizing me. Mr. Liam is indeed sharp. Since you laid it bare, I won't hide either. I can provide top lawyers. Guarantee you win this suit. Even give you a hefty advance. Just cooperate with my favor plan. In his eyes, I was just a broke artist. Mr. Trevor, I think you misunderstand. I pulled out my tablet, pushing to him. I sought you, not to beg shelter, but to discuss partnership. Partnership? Trevor Feng laughed, tone full of disdain. Mr. Liam, forgive my bluntness. Besides that, expose video. What other cards do you hold? This. I tapped the screenlit. A concept poster. Frame no longer abysses black, white, gray tones, but explosion of colors and textures. A giant mechanical deity, made of myriad electronic eyes, gazing down on tiny human city. Oppressive feel hitting face on. Details, exquisite to pores. New project. Gaze start. This was my 3-year brood work. On deathbed in past life. Never released. Art level and market potential, far surpassing abyss. Trevor Feng's smile froze. He was a seasoned businessman. One glance saw its value. He unconsciously sat straighter, reached to touch the screen. Abyss is the past. I retracted the tablet. Grace Han got where she is thanks to me. I created one Grace Han. I can create a second, Mr. Trevor. You want to pick up Han Group leftovers, Grace A, or join me pioneering a new era? Text atop Trevor Feng flickered wildly. Finally, settled. Business intent. Extremely shocked. E's potential rating. S-class stay. Must acquire at all costs. Partner no matter the price. Trevor Feng took a deep breath, adjusted his tie. Disdain vanished completely, replaced by utmost seriousness. Mr. Liam, let's renegotiate profit shares. The top-floor meeting room at Han Group was thick with tension. Grace Han, with hand wrapped in thick bandages, sat around the table. On both sides, investors and shareholders with grim faces. CEO Grace, this is the second masterpiece you promised. An investor tossed the draft on the table. Character proportions, all off. Lighting chaotic. Perspective botched. This is what your elite artists produce? Grace Han looked at the scattered drafts. Her heart bleeding. Those were promo art the artists pulled all-nighters for, without Liam Xuan's guidance. Those copycat mediocre artists immediately showed their ineptitude. This is just the rough draft. Grace Han defended. Give me more time. I'll have them revise. Revise how? Another shareholder sneered. Right now the net's calling you a plagiarist. Stock hit limit down. Sponsors demanding withdrawal and compensation. Grace Han. Oh, if in 3 days you can't produce a quality new work. 2. Quell opinion. The board will initiate removal process. 3 days? Grace Han's eyes widened. 3 days? How can it be done? That's your problem. Investors all stood and left, leaving Grace Han alone. Outside the window, thunder rumbled. Grace Han felt an unprecedented chill. Turns out for 5 years, the foundation, under her feet, had always been that man named Liam Quan. She bit her lip bloody. No, I can't lose. Suddenly, she recalled something. Back in the villa study. Hi. Liam Quan had a hard drive for discarded drafts. Liam Quan was a perfectionist. Many works he saw flaws in got tossed there. But in Grace Han's eyes, all were masterpieces. Even Liam's trash, released to market, could crush competitors. Liam Quan, you forced me. Grace Han's eyes flashed madness. Just get that drive. Post a few new works. Prove talent. Shut the malicious mouths. As for copyright, first to post wins. Half-hour later, at the hillside villa, boom, the study door lock pried open. Grace Han burst in, rummaging deep in the drawer, finding the dust-covered black hard drive. On top, a yellowed label with Liam Xuan's handwriting. Scraps. Do not touch. Grace Han gripped the drive tightly, plugged it into the computer. The screen displayed grand and eerie sketches. Even as drafts, the talent overwhelmed the viewer. Ha ha ha! Grace Han laughed out loud, laughing until tears streamed. Liam Quan, oh Liam Chuan, you're such a fool. She caressed the screen. You think I can't survive without you? Look at these. These are all treasures you left for me. With these drawings, I'm still the genius artist, still strong enough to overcome this crisis. She quickly selected a few with the highest completion, preparing to send to PR War. Outside, the rain had stopped, but I knew the real storm was just beginning. That drive didn't just hold art. Those were flawed works I drew when mentally corrupted in my past life, hiding fatal structural errors. Moreover, in each image's hidden code layer, embedded with serial numbers, watermarks, and copyrights. It was beta hunter left for the greedy. If she dared post, she'd court death. I stepped out of the cafe, looked up at the dawning sky, snapped my fingers. Enter the dream. At Feng Group's top floor, I stood before the floor-to-ceiling window, holding covert photos. In them, Han Group's emergency meeting. Grace Han before a large screen, expression utterly arrogant, pointing at dark-styled sketches, intricate lines. The art directors and veterans below showed hesitation, but none dared utter a word. This is her so-called new work after seclusion? Trevor Feng sat in the chairman's seat, twirling his jade ring, mouth curling in a sly smile. Mr. Liam, though I'm no art expert, this style matches the old abysses, straight from the same mold. She's committing to the bit. I casually tossed the photos on the table. Not similar, I drew them. I pointed to the sketch named Dark Knight, voice calm. This is my 3-year-old trash trap. Back then the composition felt too dense, emotions too oppressive, so I dumped it in the scrap drive. Didn't expect her to pick up that garbage as treasure. Trash draft? Trevor Feng raised a brow. Looks pretty complete to me. Grace Han's now bragging outside that this is her heartfelt transformation work, even named Dark Knight Rebirth, implying rising from ashes. Now, online trolls are hyping it, saying, Grace Han secluded for peak art pursuit. Prior ghost artist rumors all nonsense. Rebirth? I couldn't help laughing. But the mirth didn't reach my eyes. More like self-immolation. What do you mean? Trevor Feng leaned forward, scenting money. I walked to the easel, picked up charcoal, quickly sketched lines on white paper. Dark Knight got binned, not just for style. More importantly, in composition. I accidentally mirrored Island of the Dead by a lesser-known foreign master. Even unintentional. To prose, it's plagiarism. Structural kind, too. Impossible to whitewash forever. I tossed the charcoal down, dusted my hands. That drive, full of such fatally flawed semi-products. Grace Han, eager to flip, didn't even check dared use. Digging her own grave. Trevor Feng's eyes gleamed, slapped his thigh. Brilliant. Too brilliant. So expose her now? Not yet. I gazed toward Han building outside the window. Eyes icy. Expose now, she can blame temps. We wait. Wait till she pours all resources in. Pushes hype to max. Till she thinks victory's sure. Then pull the ladder. Trevor Feng finished for me. Smile turning savage and excited. Mr. Liam, you're more capitalist than me. Flattery. I turned, looked at the pristine digital drawing board on the desk. Top Gear Trevor Feng prepped for me. Mr. Trevor, since she wants to launch Dark Knight, we'll gift her a big surprise. My new studio Dawnbreak officially opens today. As for the new work, I lit the screen. Image no longer dark abyss, but a giant eye reconstructed from countless mechanical parts and flesh, hovering in clouds. It cold and majestic, emitting bone-chilling glow. In the pupil's reflection, world ablaze. But, on ruined wasteland, a pristine white flower bloomed, sharp yet redemptive. This was farewell to 5 years past. Also our declaration on my future. The title. I glanced at Trevor Feng. Promo slogan use this. Abyss can't be evaded. Only light pierces, dark. Trevor Feng stared at the painting, breathing rapid. He was a connoisseur. This painting's impact. Multiples. Abyss. Let's do it. Trevor Feng grabbed the intercom, called Media Dept. Pour all resources into Dawnbreak Studio. I want the whole net knowing. Gaze has arrived. Next 2 days. Business and art worlds stirred. Han Group went all into salvage stock. Grace Han mobilized all liquid capital. even mortgaged shares. Madly promoting Dark Knight. Subway stations, mall big screens, app ads, toy. Everywhere flooded with that gloomy image. Most active was Luke Zion. Both to butter, Grace, Han, and skim some. He volunteered as Dark Knight ambassador. Now, I sat in studio lounge, holding iced Americano, looking at wall projection. It was Luke Zion's live stream. Everyone. This is Sisters Han new blockbuster, Dark Knight, mind-blowing. Luke Zion in half-baked tuxedo, face caked in powder, at Han Group Hall launch site.all. Behind him, giant backdrop, printed plagiarized Dark Knight. Some people see talent and just get jealous. Luke Zion faced camera with green tea face. Think a edited clip smears a genius? Dream on. Sister Han's talent beyond your imagination. Everyone heart, support, hand on screen. Live stream super hot. Black Heat 2, though comments full of curses. But Luke Zion played blind. Still yapped non-stop, occasionally touching backdrop, posing as art critic. In my head, suddenly mechanical sound. Ding! Detected usurper Luke Zion, using host scrap, Dark Knight, to farm fame. Activating passive counter. Misfortune backlash. Final karma judgment. Success. Retribution executed immediately. I raised brow. Set down coffee. On screen. Luke Zion hyping enthusiastically. Every line in this painting. This composition a masterpiece. I dare say. That Liam Kwan guy, not worthy to carry Han's shoes. He spoke, while slapping the backdrop hard. Crack, sound, piercing metal. Snap. Broadcast room-wide via McCoy. Luke Zion days. Instinctively turned. 5 meters steel. Backdrop, 2 hundreds kilos heavy. Top bolts like twisted off. Giant black shadow crashed down. Site staff screamed horribly. Luke Zion no time react. Just bulged, terrified eyes. Thud. Huge noise. Shaking even my table, coffee, surface. Backdrop collapsed, crushing Luke Zion flat underneath. Livestream camera shook violently. Dust clouded. Horrific screams delayed 2 seconds. Ah, my leg, my back. Help. Wails utterly miserable. Livestream chat exploded instantly. Holy crap. Real? Instant karma? Even the backdrop couldn't take it. Crush him dead. Who said support Han earlier? This is literal face slap. I watched chaotic rescue on screen, coldly smirk. This, the price of stealing others' stuff. Fate not tough enough. Some things you can't suppress. 2 hours later, Trevor Feng pushed door in. Face, utterly gleeful. Mr. Liam, you're some kind of saint. Trevor Feng placed report before me. News from hospital. Luke Zion got crushed bad this time. Multiple soft tissue injuries. Left leg broken. But this is the peak. I flipped report open. During full checkup, found his kidney function declining rapidly unexplained. Trevor Feng skeked. This punk looks dapper usually. Didn't expect inside rotted out. Doc said, could be long-term meds or excessive debauchery. I looked at report numbers. That was the masterpiece of karma system. Past life, he took my kidney. This life heaven makes him repay. And Grace Han? I asked. Trevor Feng sneered. Stayed exactly 10 minutes. Heard doc advise Luke Zion needs long rest. Even possible regular dialysis. Grace Han heard. Face blacker than pot bottom. She tossed a bank card and left straight. Said press busy no time care idle people. Can't imagine the scene. Type like Grace Han.I. How waste time on a cripple, especially at career do or die. Luke Xian's reaction? Reportedly raged, smashing bedside vase. Eyes full of resentment. Trevor Feng lit a cigarette. This dog couple officially cracked. Not enough yet. I closed the file. This pain compared to what I endured past life, still far short. Right. Trevor Feng exhaled smoke ring. Grace Han, earlier at industry wine party. Publicly named you. I looked up. Said what? He mimicked Grace Han. That superior tone. Mr. Trevor sure hungry, no picky. Picking up my discarded worn shoes as treasure. That artist who only copies me. At best, just a draftsman. Never amount to anything. Trevor Feng finished. Watched my expression. Seemed wanting me angry. But my mood ripple-free. Even wanted to laugh. She's still daydreaming midday. Thinking getting that drive. Holds. Core. Tech. But unaware it's VIP tickets straight to hell. Let her gloat. I picked up brush. On digital board. Laid final stroke for gaze. The giant mechanical eye's pupil in as if alive, carrying judgmental gaze toward viewer. Whoever seeks destruction must first go mad. I said lightly, Mr. Trevor, announce. Gaze launch time set. When? Exact day Grace Han launches, Dark Knight. Same time slot. Trevor Feng's hand shook. Ash fell on pants. This all-in-play true brutal face slap. I stood heading to window. Capital Post rain crystal, clear eye. Like Lone Island about to collapse. Also, prep me an entry ticket. You going to her launch? Trevor Feng surprised. Not at seen how witness that tower fall firsthand. Night before launch. I sat alone in studio. Open system shop. These days, via opinion counter and Luke Xian misfortune, I'd accumulated quite some revenge points. My eyes scanned the props section. Finally, stopped on a talisman glowing golden. Truth talisman. One-time price. 500. Revenge points. Effect. After use. Designated target for next hour. Can't lie. Can only spout darkest, truest thoughts. Note. Lies are capitals fig leaf. Truth. The blade tearing it. Mystic golden light flashed. A virtual talisman appeared in my palm. I pulled phone, calling a number. It was top hacker, Trevor Feng found. Codename, Ghost. Hello, Mr. Liam? Other side processed voice changer sound. Tomorrow's launch. Grace Han wears pro wireless mic. I looked at talisman in hand. Eyes flashing cold. I want you embed in live stream feed. A special audio code. No sabotage. Just at that moment. Turn her mic into truth leak. System props transmittable via electronics. This hidden use I just discovered. No problem. Once she speaks, I'll fully take over audio transmission. Hung up. I gazed at pitch black night outside window. Grace Han, don't you love building image? Love using lies to paint peace? Tomorrow, I'll make you before tens millions national audience. Personally rip your own painted skin. I'll let everyone see beneath the arrogant genius chairwoman facade exactly how filthy a soul hides. Tonight some doomed sleepless. While I slept profoundly peaceful. Launch site, brightly lit. Illuminating Han Hall like day. Grace Han center stage. Glamorous in high-end red wine fishtail gown. Laser, pointer in hand. Chin slightly up, full smug. Below, packed media. Shutters clicking non-stop. Flashes, sparkling. Across the street, Feng Group Hall, desolate. Except, key finance media Trevor Feng arranged. Most seats, empty. I sat in backstage dark. Before me, 3 large displays. Left Grace Han's livestream. Middle gaze, back-end data. Right ghost's code window. Mr. Liam. Hindsight started. Trevor Feng behind me. Unlit cigar in mouth, said. That woman's presence strong. Huh. I glared at Grace Han on screen. That aura just deathbed glow before fate. On screen, Grace Han clicked next. Dark Knight original appeared on big LED. Black tones with oppressive layout. Visual impact, truly strong. Whole hall erupted in awe. Reporters vied, snapping Grace Han dot. She tucked hair, strand behind ear. Then approached Mike spoke. This Dark Knight inspired born in my 3-day seclusion. Amid ultimate pain and torment, Grace Han's voice echoed hall via speakers. It symbolizes my resolve seeking light in dark. Some doubt I hired proxies. Some say I'm dried up, past prime. Today, I'll prove all with work. Below applause, thundered. Live stream, trolls started spamming screen. Best protect Sister Han and Eva. Genius level here. Antis got nothing? Where's that Liam Schwan guy? Come take this slap. I skimmed comments. Fingers tapped table lightly. Truth code ready? I asked low. Ready to activate anytime. Earphone ghosts, electronic voice. Just your order. No rush. Let bullet fly a bit more. Q&A started. Prearranged shill stood asking. CEO Grace, this painting's layout, unique, especially the dark vortex, centered in frame. This hopeful handling in suffocation. May I ask your creation inspiration, source? Grace Han smiled confident. This question she'd memorized answer. It was what I casually mentioned drafting 3 years ago. Good question. Grace Han's eyes deepened. That vortex actually my insight on humanity. I believe only daring stare into abyss can. Sudden, electric screech, pierced, cutting her, whole hall, covered ears. Right after, big screen behind Grace Han suddenly black. What's this? Grace Han frowned at backstage tech. What the hell? No one answered. 2 seconds later, screen relit. But not Dark Knight. Instead, split screen. Left Grace Han's Dark Knight. Right an aged yellowed oil painting. Draft, Prelude to Isle of the Dead. By Arnold Böcklin. 19th century, Swiss symbolist, Master Bortia Dadias. Whole hall. Dead silent. On screen red progress bar appeared. Began overlay image layers comparison. Lines matched. Light and shadows matched. Even that unique vortex position, fully consistent with Buckland's SeaWorld. Match degree, 92% YTE. Fresh red number, like painful face, slap dot. What's this? Plagiarism. This overlay blatant copy. Damn, didn't even alter layout. Straight lift. Below reporters reacted. Shutters, frenzied. Grace Han's face, bloodless. Pointer clack, drop. Cut it! Kill power now! She yelled. At backstage. Screen unmoving. Now hall speakers my voice. CEO Grace. This your 3-day seclusion fruit. Dig dead man's stuff. Add colors strokes. Becomes your soul work. Voice sensed via live stream signal. Broadcast to both sites and whole social media. Grace Han jerked head up. Stared at spliced livestream window. I sat before camera. Held Böcklin original copy up. You dare hack my system. This illegal. Grace Han pointed big screen. Words jumbled. This not plagiarism. This homage. This just coincidence. Coincidence? I hit enter. Screen showed that scrap drive properties. Details page. This drawing creation time from 3 years ago. In file source code. Still hidden note. After Böcklin, Structure error. Discard. Grace Han. Didn't even edit file props dared use. Fatal blow. Whole hall chaotic. Investors' faces ashen. Some already calling withdraw funds. Grace Han saw contemptuous eyes below. Felt world spin. Image built 5 years shattered. No, not like this. Grace Han grabbed Mick bellowed. This painting drawn by Liam Xuan. He framed me. No, I drew it. I drew it. Timing arrived. I mentally controlled. Used truth talisman. Ghost acted. Invisible wave enveloped Grace Han. Her mind buzzed. Impulse surged to throat. CEO Grace. How explain this? 92% match? Sharp reporter rushed stage front questioning. Grace Han opened mouth intending misunderstanding. But what came? So what if plagiarized? Previous paintings all by Liam Xuan anyway. I just took credit. I fed him 5 years. Taking his few paintings problem? Whole hall pin drop silent. Even questioning reporter dazed. Self-destruct. Grace Han horrified covered mouth. Eyes bulged. But truth talisman effect lingered. She looked below. Inner contempt poured. What you staring? You poor scum know what about business ops? Art is packaging. If I say mine, it's mine. You herded chickens. Only fit donate money and fame to me. And those old investors too. Each leering lustfully. Don't all want bed me. Pretend upright what? Liam Kwan just a dog. I kick when want. Use when want. What right he rebel? What's my wrong? Site exploded. Live stream comment storm. Server crashed. Holy, free hear this. Capitalist's true face exposed clean. Disgusting, too disgusting. Grace Han. Scram from art world. So previous paintings, really, by Liam Xuan. She admitted herself. Han stock chart. Plummeted vertical. Hit limit down in 1 minute. Grace Han. Seeing blue chart on big screen. Finally realized what she did. Not me saying. I'm possessed. She trembled back. Heels. Stepped skirt hem. Piercing scream. Grace Han lost balance. Rolled from 2-meter stage. Down. Thud, thud, thud. Body hitting steps. Through mech echoed hall. She lay flat ground. Forehead split bleeding. Gown tattered exposing shapewear. Flashes frenzied non-stop. So no one bothered lift. Guards glanced confused. Dared not approach. Trevor Fang slapped thigh hard. Face flushed excited. P. Brother Liam. This play too beautiful. Han group done. Blown to bits. I witnessed this. System alert sounded. Ding. Host guided Grace Han to ruined success. Truth, talisman effect. Excellent. Fortune recovery progress. 80%. Grace Han current fortune state. Misfortune clings. Portion you. I turned to middle screen. Exact moment. Grace Han rolled off. Gaze. Officially launched. No fanfare ads. Just that mechanical sketch. With title line. Abyss unavoidable. Sa. Only light sees through dark. Downloads jumped wildly. 100K. 500K. 1 million. 10 min broke million. This authentic power. Same time. At Central Hospital. Luke Xian bedridden. Left leg casted. Holding phone watching livestream. Saw Grace Han. Curse fans then ousted off stage. Phone dropped straight on his face. Doomed. Really doomed. Luke Xian shook all over. Han stock hit floor. Grace Han bankrupt. Who pays hospital bills? Credit debt who settles? He'd secretly behind Grace Han borrowed 5 million yuan hot. Collateral, her villa and car. Bam! Ward door kicked open. Tattooed thugs stormed in. Bald leader toyed flip knife. Sinister smile. Hey, young Master Luke watching news. Bald patted Luke Sion's cast leg. Heard your girlfriend bankrupt. So, our debt should settle now, huh? Luke Sion scared. Pissed pants. Brother Tiger, talk slow. Slow my ass. Bald slapped him hard. Principal interest, 6.5 million. Today, no spit cash. I dismantle your other leg. Luke Sion clutched face. Tears snot streaming. Grace Han finished. Last value as his scapegoat. Brother Tiger don't hit. I got way repay. Luke Sion yelled. Eyes mad. Grace Han bankrupt, but body still there. She, so pretty. Ex-female CEO. Grab her debt offset. Sure high value. I know where she now. Bald paused. Rubbed chin. Not bad idea. Didn't expect you punk eviler than us. Even sell own woman. Luke Sion yanked. We crawled up fawning. Brother Tiger. Just spare me. I'll lead you find her now. She definitely fleeing now. I know her escape route clear. Press. Backstage. Grace on disheveled hair. Face. Grimy. Pushed janitor away. Scram. All scram for me. Behind angry reporters and investors. Guards couldn't hold anymore. Grace Han, pay up. Scammer, refund tickets. Grab her. Don't let escape. Grace Han, under 2 guards' cover, pathetically fled to parking basement. Red Ferrari, towed away. Only plain black van left. Drive quick. Grace Han yanked door, dove back seat all. Door closed. Isolating outside chaos. Grace Han slumped seat, panting. Tears flowed. Lost, penniless. That Liam Kwan, she once led by nose, really could force her to this dead end. No worry. Still chance. Grace Han trembling pulled phone. Just abroad. I'll rebuild from scratch. Han, where you going? Sinister voice. From car dark corner. Raise. Han startled turn. Other back seat. Side Luke Sion. Pale face. Beside him, 2 burly tattooed guys. Leering grins. Ogling. Grace Han. Gaze lingered on legs. Under tattered gown. Sion. Why you here? Grace Han. Sensed omen. Who they? Luke Sion smile. Smile full malice and greed. Han, you know my health bad. I need money cure. Luke Sion leaned close. Rubbed her bloodied face. I owed Brother Tiger some money. Really can't repay. Didn't you love me so? Then help me last time. Anyway, this debt you owe me. Drive! Luke Sion yelled at driver's seat. Driver's seat not chauffeur. But bald Tiger bro. Sure, young Master Luke, sit tight. Doors locked. Grace Han saw Luke Sion's twisted face. Despair screamed. Luke Sion, you beast! Van revved roaring into rainy night. Standing before Feng building floor-to-ceiling window, watching black van fade, sky started raining again. Mr. Liam, need report cop. Trevor, Feng asked me. I shook wine glass. Report what? I turned looking gaze data surging on screen. That's their internal dogfight. We're law-abiding citizens. Just responsible watch play. Grace Han, can't take this already? Hell's door just cracked open. Rain fell heavy. I sat back of Trevor Feng's Lincoln, holding tablet. Screen showing real-time shaky images. Signal from Bald Tiger Bro's phone. Ghost installed malware early. Setting abandoned chem factory. Warehouse, full trash, rust, and stench. Bucket cold water splashed straight on Grace Han, waking her. She bound tight to rickety iron chair with coarse rope. Soaked. Nay. Her 6-figure gown, now like filthy rag. Away! Luke Sion in wheelchair. cast leg, straight out due. He held wet claw, leisurely wiped splashed water on face. Grace Han coughed violently, eyes from hazy to horrified. She saw dim hanging lights around, rusted oil drums, fierce-faced Tiger Bro, and a sinister Luke Ziantarian. Cian, wear this. Release me quick. Grace Han struggled. Rope dug into flesh. Tell them scram. How much money you want I'll give. I'm Grace Han. Han Group Chairman. Luke Cian. Swung hard. Slap. Slap very strong. Grace Han's mouth corner bled. She froze. Unbelieving. Stared at man she'd pampered 5 years. Han Group. Luke Cian face twisted. Shoved phone screen to her face. Open your dog eyes look. Han bankrupt. Assets sealed. House cars all confiscated. You now? Not even a rat in this warehouse. No. Impossible. Grace Han saw hot news. Whole body shook. Nothing impossible. Luke Cian tossed phone to Tiger Bro. Turned back at Grace Han. Eyes full calculation. Han, don't blame me. My kidneys failed. Docs say no transplant, no dialysis. I'll die. I don't want die. I need money. He pointed Tiger Bro beside. Tiger Bro said, though you bankrupt, this skin still worth something. Before you lofty female chair, how many wanted bed you couldn't. Now, toss you to underground contacts. Sure, good price. Enough for my new kidney. Grace Han numb. You plan. Sell me? Her voice hoarse. Tears about to burst. Luke Zion. For you I alienated friends. For you I drove Liam Chuan away. Best resources all to you. You repay me like this. Shut up! Luke Zion hit sore spot. He's shamed to rage. Don't mention Liam Chuan. If not that bastard. Would I end like this? Plus, you good to me? Just to satisfy your control freak. Now you broke. To me, you're just waste. He turned groveling. Brother Tiger, goods awake, inspect. Long as you satisfied, my debt to you cleared. Tiger Bro grinned lewdly approached. Rough hand clamped Grace Han's jaw. Other ripped tattered gown. Kia Grace, sure. Smooth skin. Scram. Don't touch me. Grace Han shrieked, backed, tumbled to dusty floor. This moment, she suddenly recalled. 3 years ago, at construction site, mobbed by workers. Brick thrown. Liam Kwan rushed shielding with back. Then Liam Kwan bleeding profusely. Still smiled. Don't fear, I'm here. That accident too. Liam Kwan used half-life protector. What she did? She personally pushed the man who loved her more than life to bottomless abyss. Now retribution came. Liam Kwan, I was wrong. Grace Han collapsed, ground, sobbing heartbroken. Regret gnawed heart more painful than physical wounds. Scream away, tear throat useless. Luke Cian coldly watched. Liam Kwan now just wants you dead soon. Accept fate. Tiger Bro raised phone, aimed straight at disheveled Grace Han. He snapped several photos rapid. Post these to circles then. Guaranteed price skyrockets. He lewd smiled about to unbuckle belt. Behind screen, I watched emotionless. Mr. Liam, enough. Trevor Feng beside reminded. Bit later real trouble. I nodded. Pressed earpiece. Action. Second later, huge explosion. Warehouse roller door rammed by cop car Dewey dial. Red-blue lights blazed, illuminating warehouse. Dispelling dark. Police! Don't move. Hands on heads. SWAT! Rushed scene. Immediately controlled all. Tiger Bro pants, not off, pressed down. Luke Xian fell from wheelchair, hugged head shaking. Don't shoot! I'm victim! They forced me. Luke Xian still tried steer deny. Cop coldly cuffed him. Luke Xian, arrested for kidnapping, illegal detention, and inciting sexual assault. Save for judge. Grace Han flat ground watched cops, nearly fainted, exhausted. She strained, lifted head toward door. She hoped that figure. The man always appeared when she in danger, but saw none. Door only cop cars and tape. Liam Kwan didn't come. 2 hours later, before police station, rain still poured. I held black umbrella on steps. Trevor, Feng behind shielding wind for me. Grace Han exited after statement. She wore cop-issued military coat, hair bedraggled, face bruised, eyes vacant. Though rescued timely, those photos spread to dark web groups. Life over. Grace Han saw me at door. That moment, her dim eyes flashed light. Liam Chuan. She charged rain regardless. Plop! She knelt 3 meters away. Mud splashed on bare feet. Wan Diu, Wan Tuan. I know I wrong. I really know wrong. Grace Han wailed, crawled toward me. Try and grab my pants hem before I blind. I stupid let lard cloud heart. Beg you, for our 5 years. Save Han group. Save me. If you help anything I obey, I'll be your ox horse. I stepped back, half avoiding her hand. The hands once drew countless hits, now mud-smeared, trembling mid-air. I looked down at her. No satisfaction, no pity, just indifference like to stranger. Miss Grace, I spoke, voice colder than rain. I think you misunderstood 2 things. First, reporting cops to catch Luke Xian, not to save you, but protect bounds of law-abiding society. I don't want scum like you. Dirty my eyes. Second, Han group gone. I pulled phone, opened airway. Fresh econ news held before her. Screen showed text. Feng group announces complete. Acquisition, all bankrupt Han assets. After restructure, renamed Forgotten River Culture. Liam Kuan, Han old founder, to serve as CEO. Forgotten River. I retracted phone, looked her dazed face. Forgotten River water to forget this romance. From today, world no more Han group, only Forgotten River. Grace Han stared headline. Last spirit collapsed fully. Forgotten River, she muttered. Suddenly cry laugh. You to revenge me. You turn my company yours. Liam Chuan. How you, so ruthless. I bent, whispered her ear. Compared to, you taking my life past life, I just reclaim what's mine. Still light chump. Grace Han stiffened, horrified, looked me, as if not understand, or heard world's most terrifying. Handle yourself well. I straightened, turned back toward black luxury car. Guard, open door. Liam Kwan. Don't go. Don't abandon me. Grace Han wailed miserably in rain. I nothing left. Really penniless. Door slammed shut. Cutting cries. Car started. Tires over puddle. Left behind woman once defied heaven. She now, just tattered, shadow. 1 month later. Top office Forgotten River Culture, HQ EWAC. I stood before floor-to-ceiling looking down, Capitol below. Sunset filtered through buildings. New gay series years blockbuster. Company value tripled. Trevor Feng on sofa, flipping report. Luke Xian doing time. Trevor Feng closed file. Kidnapping. Fraud. Incitement. Combined crimes. Life sentence. In prison old illness flared. Bail for treatment denied. Heard no money painkillers. Nights paying headbang cell wall. Cellmates hate noise. Probably cared him plenty. I looked out window, expression still calm. And Grace Han, at West City, Psych Ward. Trevor Feng sighed. Doc said overstimulated. Schizophrenia. Daily hugs, empty frame. Calls air, hubby. Sometimes Luke Xian. Sometimes Liam Chuan. Nurses say, occasionally mud draws on wall. All your silhouettes. I nodded, said no more. In head, mechanical voice. Ding! Revenge mission perfect complete. Usurper Luke Xian fortune zeroed. Traitor's tragic end. Grace Han fully fortune wipe. Mind collapse total. Mad insane. Recovered 100% fortune to owner. Post fate. Recast process perfect done. Officially upgrade to new gen fortune's child. Slap all foes. Karma settled. System enters hibernation. Wish host. In this life's brilliant new chapter. Live no regret youth. No regret self. Pale blue virtual panel before me faded. It turned tiny light specks. Slowly merged every body cell. I felt whole body light. Serene, unprecedented. That thorn named simp stabbed deep soul years. Finally, uprooted, completely. I turned, looked fresh masterpiece on desk. Frame no longer black abyss of dark despair days, but vast field right after downpour. Brilliant rays pierced thick clouds, illuminating wild grass, proudly stretching. Full life amid mud. CEO Liam. Tonight celeb party. Everyone awaiting your appearance. Trevor Feng stood, warmly said. I smiled, calmly adjusted luxury tie. Mouth corners up confident. Let's go. Don't keep them waiting. I decisively pushed office door, opening wholly new horizon. When you stare into abyss, abyss stares back. That's rule. But long as heart toward light, abyss can't swallow me. Past dead, bright future, right here.